Hey everybody, Brandon Mason here with Eastmans, and today we're taking another look at the SecureIt gun storage modular gun, ammo, accessory, whatever storage that they offer. In another review, we focused on a setup in my house actually of a similar system, and today we're right here at Eastman's headquarters, and we're fortunate enough to have various pieces of the SecureIt gun storage gear here in our office, various lockers and ammo storage cabinets like we're going to look at today. This is the Agile 14. You've seen us use the Agile 52 gun storage locker, the Agile 40 gun storage locker. So this is called the Agile 14 simply because of the height. This is 14 inches tall, and then it's 15 1/4 inches deep and 20 1/4 inches wide. And you'll see those dimensions as far as width especially stay pretty consistent across the SecureIt line because this entire system is modular, and as you've heard us say a million times on this channel and in all the content we produce, we love modularity because it allows us to customize the system to the way that we want it, because everybody's just a little bit different. You use gear a little bit differently, you store things a little differently, and so we love modularity, and that's what SecureIt brings to the table. And so with this Agile 14, it comes complete with mounting hardware and pre-drilled holes on the top and the bottom. There's 4 on top, 4 on bottom, so that you can essentially mount this on the top of one of the other cabinets or on the bottom of one of the other cabinets. Or you can simply stack a bunch of these Agile 14s on top of each other to build your own customizable storage unit system. Now, one of the important things to note about this particular cabinet, the original design was intended for ammunition, which again, it works great for storing ammunition, and it still has the modularity design of all of the accessories in the back panel, which we'll show you here in just a second, to allow you to kind of custom layout however you want your gear storage, with trays, with pistol racks. There's just an endless array of accessories that SecureIt offers. And speaking of that, go check out their website at secureitgunstorage.com, and you're going to see these and more. So some of their other upright cabinets have a digital PIN code that you can type in. You can also do a fingerprint access, or you can use a key, which we'll show you all that in a second on the Agile 52. But on the 14, it strictly comes with the key. Nice and easy, opens up wide, and I can move this a little bit so you can see you have full, more than 90-degree opening, or 180-degree opening, I should say. So it's very easy to get your gear in and out. Now you can see the organizational panels that are on the back here, and not only does that help you organize your gear, but it essentially vents the cabinet too for safe gun storage, so you don't have any issues there. So this storage mounting system is SecureIt's patented, what they call their CradleGrid system. And it's not only in all of their storage cabinets, but you can get separate CradleGrid panels that you can hang on a wall, and you can retrofit your current gun cabinet if you want, and you can also put it in an old-fashioned wood gun cabinet for display if you like that look in your house. And I've done this with one of the cabinets in my house, and it works just amazing. It's such a wise use of space. Before, I had just stuff stacked on each other and it was hard to get anything out. This solves all of that and then some. And one of the things I love about the Agile 14 is that it comes pre-assembled. As you can see, there's no assembly required. The only thing that you have to do is bolt it with the included bolts and washers and nuts that come in this little baggie, and you can direct bolt it to the top or the bottom of the Agile 52, the Agile 40, or whatever you want to do with it. Now we're going to take a look. Before we actually mount it, I'm going to show you some of the accessories that you can use in here. All right, so we're going to open her back up with the key here. And as you can see, I moved into place various pieces of storage options, and some of them don't necessarily work for this Agile 14, but it's going to give you an idea what you can do with them. These are obviously used for mounting rifles or something else that you want to hang off of this, like a binocular harness inside one of the larger units or on one of the wall panels. We have this something like this hanging up in our office. In the entryway, when you walk in, you can see some different styles of rifles that are hung up that we've used, or nostalgic rifles for display. Next, we have 2 different sizes of pistol racks here. We have one that holds 4, and this one holds 12. And the good thing is, because the width is the same in all these cabinets, this will fit in here, and it'll also fit in the taller upright 52 and the 40. And so I'm just, for simplicity's sake today, I'm just going to show you how the 4 pistol holder works. It comes disassembled, and so I put these rubber barrel thread protectors on there, and it's funny because they're really compression fit. There's air that gets in the end of these, and so the first couple times you just have to push them back on a little bit more so that air can escape. And we'll hang that right in there, and then we've got a handgun. It goes right in there. And of course you can move this anywhere you want to. You can put other trays in there that I hold my choke tubes in there, my suppressors in there. Again, the sky's the limit. It's only limited to your creativity, really. So again, this is handy to use as a system. So you can build kind of a wall of your own storage locker system if you want more of a centralized approach. Or maybe you want your belongings and your guns and ammunition in different parts of your house or your business or wherever you're using this, and you want more of a decentralized storage system. So you have maybe your handguns upstairs, you have your rifles downstairs, you have your ammunition out in the shop or whatever. And so you can really make it whatever you want, and you can get as elaborate or as simplistic as you want. One of the other things that I got to point out here is one of the things I love from SecureIt are these heavy duty magnet hooks that I use on the side of my Agile 52 to hang jackets from quickly. Like if I'm going to go out the next morning and hunt again, I'll just put my bino harness on the side of them, and so it just keeps everything nice and slick and easy to reach and easy to use. And you can see and listen how powerful this is, and it takes a lot to move it. So pretty slick system. All right, so here's the Agile 52 that I've been referencing so far. You've seen this before in some of our videos. We're going to show you some of the cool features of this, how to use this electronic pad and bypass it if you need to, but it's still secure. You can only do it a certain way if you're the owner. So let's take a look. So they come with a kind of a factory default password of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It clicks, the light's green, you open it up. Now, if that green light here shows also a red light here, that's warning you that the battery is going to need to be replaced soon. We'll show you how to do a battery replacement also. It's on the inside back panel how you do that. It's a 9-volt battery. But let's just say you don't have a 9-volt battery laying around the house and you kind of procrastinated and you forgot to buy one and now it's dead, you can't get in your safe. Well, there's two ways to do it. On the bottom right part of this panel here is a USB-C plug-in, and so you can plug it in and get electricity to it so you can open up your safe. If that doesn't work, or you don't have a cable handy or access to an outlet close, if you have, this also comes with a very similar key, much like the Agile 14. It's a different key, but it is similar looking. If you take the screws off of this logo, then this key goes in. We'll show you that here in a second. And there's a slotted hole just like there's on the Agile 14. You open it up and so you can still get into it. Okay, so let's open her back up and you'll see this has an added storage panel on it. You don't have to use this. It's simply attached with these screws that go around the perimeter, and you see this kind of has a wing flaring out. That's just because we didn't put the double-sided Velcro adhesive on there to hold it secure. We just hadn't done that for the video yet, but anyway, it'll hold everything really secure. Storage for about everything you can imagine. And when you need to access the back of the safe to say, set your PIN code or your fingerprint to get in there quickly, there's a little panel that we have to take off. It just pulls off with your fingers, and we'll show you how to do that too. Before we get to that, if you look inside of this, it has this same panel storage system, that cradle system, that allows you again to organize your storage, your guns in any way, shape, or form. As you can see in there, we have these cradles that are cradling the barrels of the rifles, and then there's also the butt rests on the bottom that secure the base of your rifle or your shotgun from sliding around in there. So you can see how that slot is on the back there. We can put this literally anywhere, and then if you want it to really lock in, there's a set screw right here. You tighten that up and it's not gonna wiggle at all. I don't really engage the set screws because I don't move mine around very much, but if you were somebody that had a little bit of OCD and wanted to rearrange your house every other day, you might want to do that. So now let's take a look at how easy it is to change the battery once you're in the safe, and also to set up the fingerprint system or to change your security code. Okay, so I just have a little Phillips head screwdriver, and these are on there pretty tight. Like that one, it got too tight, so it's just a Phillips head, and I carry a Leatherman with me all the time. So for when I'm flying, of course, put that on there, break that one loose. We're not going to take the whole thing off. We're just going to take, probably 3 of these off to show you how to access some of that in the back. I'm going to peel this back, and now you can see what it looks like behind there. You can see these self-adhesive Velcro strips if you wanted to attach it that way, either in lieu of or in addition to the screws. It may be an easier way to do it. And so you just push down this little tab here, and there's your 9-volt access. Pull out the battery, nice and easy. And then your system's up and running again. Now, if we want to set, let's say we're going to set the fingerprint password so that we don't have to push the buttons or use a key all the time. There's this little tab in the back. We simply pull that out, no problem. And there's a little red button in there. That's our reset button. But there's some safety precautions so that isn't accidentally pushed, which I don't know how you would accidentally push it, but I guess it's possible. And we're going to hold in, or we're going to push the 3 button and hit that red button, and then it's going to allow us to set the fingerprint code. And so we'll hit the 3. It's going to ask you to do it several times. Once the long green beep means you're good to go. So let's do a test. Let's go ahead and close it up. There we go. And you can turn the beeping off of that too. There's a way to turn the beeping off of this so that you think of home security and you hear somebody in your house in the middle of the night, you don't want your gun safe beeping and alerting the criminal as to what you're doing. So there is a way to turn that all off. You can open the safe actually really quietly if you're careful. I've not been careful because nobody's invading our office right now, so I didn't have to worry about it. But so that's how this whole system works. When you're done, you put this back in, and we'll put our screws back in to hold this panel in place here. And that's it. You're up and running. And next we'll show you how to access the keyhole. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this and lock it. And you see there's 2 little Phillips head screws here. We'll take one completely out. Don't lose those. Those are tiny, and you can see it just naturally falls down. There's that keyhole. Insert the key, turn it, opens right up. And again, you should be the only one that has a key, so it's not a security risk to have that. And most people, unless they're watching this video, won't even know that that's there anyway. So put that back in. There we go. All right, now that we looked at all the features of the 52 in addition to the 14, we're going to show you how quickly and easily it is to mount the 14 right on top. Again, you can put it on top, on bottom, decentralize it, put it in a different part of the house, whatever you want to do, but we will show you how to mount it. Again, this is 43 pounds, so it's not super light, but it's not crazy heavy either. Put that there. Get that kind of centered. And then I need my keys, of course, to open this one. See, look how I picked up and moved that, even though I normally wouldn't do that, and I forgot that I had the handgun in there, and it's still on there. It's completely secure. Open that, and now you'll see that these holes are perfectly aligned. There's 4 of them, and we're going to use the included hardware. And I went ahead and grabbed a 10mm socket, and I'll just use the Phillips on my Leatherman again. And so it comes with 4 bolts, 4 lock nuts, and 8 washers. So we'll go ahead and put the washers in there. Oh, I should mention, I was just going to say, it's kind of dark in here. It's hard to see. Well, look what I just bumped down because I hit it with this screw hole, but we have one that's charged up. This is a magnetic light bar. And it's motion censored, or it can be just a button on and off. I'm going to turn it on. You can see how bright that is. You want to change the brightness, dim down, and then come all the way back up. And then if you push the button fast, you can switch it to a red light back. So it's pretty slick. So for right now, so I can see what I'm doing, look at the difference of that. We go in, isn't that great? And now this is where we get to see how coordinated I am. So it's just snugged up right now. I'll tighten it down more so that I have a little freedom of movement if I need to when I'm putting the other ones in. So as you can see, this has taken us all of about maybe 2 minutes to mount this thing. And you mount it this way and you decide you don't like it, 2 minutes to undo it and mount it again. There, that's it. All done. And then I think that light times out after about a minute with no motion in front of it if you have it set up with the motion sensor. And there you go. So there you have it. There's the breakdown of the Agile 14 that mounted on top of the Agile 52. And again, completely modular system. There's almost no limit to what you can do. Thanks for watching this review, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and so that we can send you the videos that we're pumping out each and every week here at Eastmans, including our video series and our couple video series that we have, our video reviews, and more. It's just constant content coming out of this company.